Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Amelia Marquez. In tonight's news, we'll bring you our final segment from the Coffee County Veterans Association Patriots Day event. The city of Tullahoma is making plans to expand the Greenway. A Civil War reenactor will tell us how they did amputations during the Civil War. And a Fayetteville man has been indicted in the death of a 3-month-old child. We'll have these stories more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Hi, I'm Mike Winton, and I'm running for State Senate for the 16th District of Tennessee. Raised by a single mother who worked multiple jobs to raise our family, I understand the value of hard work and the obstacles met by many members of this district. Because of this, I'm committed to ensuring that you have access to education and health care. Whether I'm on a mission trip or running my business, I always remember it's about our witness and not about me. Be sure to vote for me, Mike Winton, so that our district can win with Winton.
This ad paid for by the candidate.
I see a train a-coming, it's rolling up the track, and it looks like that train's loaded with a real good Democrat. Mike's headed up to Nashville, that's where we need him to be. And if we all vote for Winton, we'll finally have a state senator who really represents you and me.
Be sure to vote for me, Mike Winton, so that our district can win with Winton.
Have you heard the news? The Russell Barnett Automotive family has launched its new and improved website. That's russellbarnett.com. With over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, then look no further than russellbarnett.com. Online service appointments, customer testimonials, and vehicle history reports, this website has it all. We are the largest Middle Tennessee family-owned dealership with 5 locations to choose from. russellbarnett.com, and why buy anywhere else?
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
Welcome back. The Coffee County Veterans Association honored numerous first responders recently in observance of Patriots Day. Several hundred veterans and citizens gathered at the Coffee County Courthouse Square to witness the event. Tonight we bring you our final segment of the award presentations.
Thank you, Alan. Our next presentation will be made by the American Legion Post, Mr. Don Puritan.
All right, Mr. Andy Neesmith, please. The Coffee County Sheriff Department would like to nominate Andy Neesmith to be recognized Representative Patriot Officer of the Year 2016. Andy is married, father of 1 son, and has served the Coffee County community since 10/27/08. He initially came to the Department of Corrections, was promoted to court officer, then a certified road officer in January 2012. He loves the Coffee County community and serves with respect and pride. Andy served 8 years in the Marine Corps Reserve from 2004 to 2012 as a motor vehicle operator, many times transporting prisoners for Marines. In 2006, he was activated and served his country in Iraq from 2006 and 2007. He was awarded Meritorious Service Medal and Iraqi Campaign Medal. He is dedicated to the Coffee County Sheriff Department, our community, in the United States, and he shows it in his attitude in his service as a deputy. I'd like to present this from the American Legion Post 78 Patriot of the Year Award.
Thank you, Don. Our next presentation will be made by the VFW Auxiliary President, Ms. Shannon Benton.
Is Captain Mike Cassidy from the Coffee County Rescue Squad in the audience. Mike Cassidy has been a member of the Coffee County Rescue Squad since 1998, and he's served in several different positions on the squad over the year. He currently holds the rank of captain and is also an emergency medical technician. He attends United First Methodist Church, and his parents are Patrick and Joanne Cassidy of Manchester. He also enjoys spending time with his family and friends. Thank you all for being here so that we can honor our EMSs. And emergency medical service should also stand for every moment saves. Thank you.
Thank you, Shannon. Our next presentation will be made by Tullahoma VFW Commander Mr. Godfrey Matthews.
Thank you, Paul. Deputy Chief Phil Duncan, will you come forward, please? Deputy Chief Duncan, you're getting the second award. It's often said when a person starts their vocation, especially if it's strenuous or dangerous, that if they don't love it, it won't take them long to get rid of it. This man right here, he's been dealing with it for a long time because he started in the department in 1973, so he loves it. Let's give him a big hand. Chief Duncan was a training officer of the department. His wife, Charlotte, she's a retired school teacher in Tullahoma. Got sons Rodney and Scott, both part-time firefighters with Tullahoma. He has 4 grandchildren. The recognition reads from the Tullahoma Fire Department to the Tullahoma Fire Department, the Patriot of the Year Award presented to Deputy Chief Phil Duncan in recognition of your exemplary service to your community, presented by the Veterans of Fars and Wars, Henry Cardwell Post number 4188, Tullahoma, Tennessee.
Thank you, Godfrey. Our next presentation will be made by the Tullahoma VFW, Ms. Jonah Bianca.
Could Veronica Wilkerson please come forward? Somebody on behalf of Veronica Wilkerson? On behalf of the Tullahoma Post 4188 Auxiliary, our dispatcher of the year is Veronica Wilkerson. Veronica has been employed with the 911 Center for 27 years this month. She is currently the evening shift supervisor. She not only oversees the evening shift, but continues to dispatch as well. She started at the Communications Center in September of 1989. She enjoys traveling, cooking, family time, especially her nieces and nephews. She runs a very smooth shift and is very dedicated to our center and the citizens of Coffee County. On behalf of Coffee County 911, on behalf of Godfrey Matthews, the commander of Post 4188 and its auxiliary, we'd like to personally congratulate Veronica Wilkerson as the dispatcher of the year and thank her for her 27 years of service. Thank you.
We'll be back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family caring for your family since 1932.
Welcome back. Newsleader's John Gray spoke with Tullahoma Community Coordinator Winston Brooks about the expansion plans for the city's Greenway project.
And speaking about that, a minute ago before we came on the air, you were talking about the Greenway. Are there some upcoming developments with the Greenway?
Yes, some very exciting developments on that Greenway, and so we are going to extend our Greenway south from where it ends at the bridge there across to D.W. Wilson, right behind the Catholic Church.
Okay.
Okay. And so we're going to come on down, and the part that we're concentrating on right now is it's going to go from Grundy Street underneath Lincoln Street. We're going to have a little pocket park by the Save-A-Lot down there in the Ollie's Food Line.
Okay.
Cherokee Square. No, not Cherokee. Cherokee Plaza.
So we're
Tullahoma
going from
Plaza.
the library, right?
Well, that's a vicinity.
The Greenway goes almost to the library behind the baseball park right now.
But we're going to bring it all the way, so it's going to go down to the Food Line and then weave its way around the creek to Warren Street, back behind there. And so we are just now getting into the design phase.
Is it going to stay on the creek?
Yes.
So when you're going by the creek like it is now, it will continue.
That's correct.
On that property line back behind the creek, on the creek there, and takes. That's wonderful. It's
going to be great. And what we're really focusing in on right now is taking it, because this is the most complex area to develop, is the area by the there's a little fruit stand there, the Sunshine Shop.
Yeah.
So it's going to go through there under Lincoln Street, and then when it comes out on this side of Lincoln Street, there's an area there. There'll be a trailhead. Some equipment there, playground equipment, make that more of a park area, and then the Greenway will continue to extend along the creek. It's going to overhang outside the creek a little bit to go around behind the shopping mall and weave its way around to Warren Street, and that's going to be the next phase.
So it will go around behind that shopping center where Ollie's is?
Yep.
And then come out on Warren Street?
Yeah, it's going to be really a nice addition.
Wow, because that's what? That's a couple of miles?
Good ways. And then it's just a stone's throw from the newly renovated, South Jackson, but there at Lincoln Street, it's just a stone's throw from the newly renovated downtown area.
Right.
So that downtown area is looking really nice. Have you seen that?
Well, of course I have.
And it looks great. And so stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of activity and events coming to bring people
back downtown.
Because it's filled up now with lots of boutique retail, great restaurants.
Right. And you and I were both involved in a meeting yesterday.
A lot of exciting.
Where a lot of the downtown merchants are getting together, and because at one point 40 years ago, I was the retail merchants chairman.
How long ago?
At 40, I guess.
You don't look that old.
Oh, well, I'm not. I was in kindergarten. Yeah. Thank you, Julia. But that group is getting back together because there was one point that a lot of stores were empty downtown and a lot of businesses. There wasn't a whole lot of retail down there, and now retail's come back to downtown, and they're excited and they're getting together and planning events and things that will happen down there.
Yeah.
Now that the renovation's taken place and it's looking good, and
that's right. And there's going to be more developments too with downtown, and there's a lot of planning going on to bring the downtown area. It's important to have a vibrant downtown for a small community.
Sure it is. And we were talking, like yesterday in that meeting, it's amazing how many people go to the Caboose Park. You see cars and moms with kids, and there's people over there sitting around, roaming around all the time.
Yeah, that was interesting. I was glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Because that's a nice little park area there.
Sure it is. Sure it is.
Sit there and watch trains go by.
But the fact that you'll be able to get on the Greenway right here and go past senior citizens and go downtown on the Greenway is wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful. And then you're going to, like you said, in that area across from the tannery.
Yeah.
There'll be some kind of, like you call it, a pocket park, little park with some
equipment.
With some equipment to maybe work out, do some push-ups, go down a slide or something. And
exactly.
Yeah.
Another little place, and make it more of a destination spot too, because hopefully it will begin to bring pedestrian traffic to that shopping area. And again, extend the little vibe that's going on from downtown down that hill. That's my vision anyhow, but we're still a ways off from that. But we'll get there. Excellent.
All right.
Thank you.
Is that it?
Yes.
Thanks, buddy. It's always fun to have you come. You enlighten us about the good things that are happening, and there are a lot of good things happening around here. You get out and participate. Have fun. This is a great place to be.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up in just a moment.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. Newsleader producer Philip Scoggins visited the Cowan Fall Heritage Festival last weekend. In this segment, a Civil War surgeon reenactor describes how he would have dealt with a gunshot wound and amputation during the Civil War.
If a soldier had got shot in the arm or leg and it had bone damage, a lot of times these bullets here these 3mm bullets would shatter a bone. And when that would happen, they would have to amputate the arm or leg. If not, they would die of gangrene or blood poisoning. And how that would happen is, if chloroform or ether, which was the anesthetics that they generally had back then, were available, they'd put them to sleep first. Then they would take a tourniquet, cut off the blood circulation. Then they would perform the amputation, which wouldn't take no more than a minute. It would start by taking a double-edged Catlin knife, which is what this is. And you would actually create a V. You would cut a V, cut through all the layers of skin and tissue. And then you would take the capital saw, and you would actually just saw the bone off. Now, a lot of times when that happened, the bone would leave a jagged edge. And when that happens, you would take you take a bone chisel or a bone file, and you take the bone hammer, and you would smooth it off. And then you would always have the veins and arteries that was left. Then you would take a ligature made of silk, or sometimes they'd even use horsehair. And they would actually tie off the arteries and veins. And if they were sometimes they were very hard to catch, so then that's when they would use this instrument right here, which is called a teneculum. Looks like a little hook. They use this right here to snag the arteries and veins. Once everything was tied off, they would take the two flaps of skin and muscle that I talked about earlier, which they cut into a V. They would close it, they would wrap it up, they would sew it around, wrap it up again. And that was basically how an amputation was performed.
What are the odds of surviving something like that?
Well, the estimation of that was usually 2 to 3 men would actually survive the amputation. Okay. Again, there were just so many complications that would happen, that could happen during an amputation. Civil War surgeons back then didn't know anything about the germ theory. That didn't come till later on. So my hands would be dirty, they would have blood all over them from patient to patient, and I would be doing the patients a great disservice by infecting their wounds with my dirty hands. But I didn't know to wash my hands. I didn't know to clean my hands. I knew to keep my instruments sharp, but I didn't know to keep my hands clean, which is what actually caused a lot of the blood poisoning post-amputation.
We'll be right back with more Newsleader in just a moment.
It's not Invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day. although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Mayor Lane Curlee is challenging Tullahoma area citizens to join him in a walk across Tennessee, and you don't have to leave Tullahoma. This fall, get fit by putting one foot in front of the other and walk across Tennessee. You'll win prizes, get weekly fitness tips, enjoy fun weekly walks with local personalities, and you'll feel great getting fit. We want businesses, churches, families, and friends to form a team and join Walk Across Tennessee. Starts August 21st and ends October 15th. Take the first step to a healthier life and join this free program.
Welcome back. The city of Nashville became the first in the state of Tennessee to lessen the penalty for possession of small amounts of marijuana. The Metro Council approved a measure early this week that allows officers to give someone a $50 fine and community service if they are found with less than a half ounce of marijuana. Prior to the change, people charged with marijuana possession faced a misdemeanor charge with up to a year in jail and a $2,500 fine. The new law still gives police the discretion to charge people under the old law or opt to give them lesser penalties under the new law. The council passed the measure by a vote of 35-3. The American Civil Liberties Union of Tennessee said it applauds the Metro Council's decision, calling it a smarter approach to marijuana possession.
Special agents with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation have obtained an indictment for a Fayetteville man in connection with the death of an infant earlier this year. At the request of 17th District Attorney General Robert Carter, TBI special agents joined detectives with the Fayetteville Police Department in investigating the May 18th death of 3-month-old Tony Carter. On that day, officers with the Fayetteville Police Department responded to an apartment at 1768 Winchester Highway where they found the infant unresponsive. During the course of the investigation, agents developed information that Casey Ryan Dollar, who was babysitting the child, was the individual responsible for the death of the infant. On Tuesday, the Lincoln County Grand Jury returned an indictment charging Dollar, age 20, with 1 count of second-degree murder. Dollar was arrested and booked into the Lincoln County Jail where he's being held on a $150,000 bond.
The Coffee County Humane Society featured pet this week is Ginger. She is a mixed breed dog who has grown up in a shelter and desperately needs a home. The shelter also has many other dogs available for adoption at 1210 Oakdale Street in Manchester. Hours of operation at the shelter are 7:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. The shelter's phone number is 723-2730. Donations for animal care can be made to the Coffee County Humane Society at P.O. Box 252 in Manchester. Their website is www.coffeehumane.org.
The pet of the week this week at the Tullahoma Animal Shelter is a beagle nicknamed Rogue. He entered the shelter as a stray and is approximately 1 year old. Rogue is up to date on his vaccinations and good with other dogs and children. He will receive a free neuter provided by the animal shelter. Be sure to check out the shelter on Facebook for information about upcoming events and fundraisers. Remember, you can help support your local shelter by adopting, donating, or volunteering. For more details, contact Teresa at 454-9580. The Tullahoma Animal Shelter is located at 942 Maplewood Avenue.
The Honors Alumni Association at Malo State Community College is holding a benefit spaghetti luncheon for a local volunteer firefighter this Friday, September 23rd, on the Moore County campus. The luncheon will be held in the cafeteria in the Forrester Student Center from noon until 1:30 p.m. Leland Miller, who has been a volunteer firefighter in the Belvedere for almost 10 years, is battling an aggressive form of leukemia, and he and his family need the support of the community at this time. The Miller family has close ties with Motlow State and the Honors Program. Leland's younger brother, Luke Miller, is a Motlow graduate and was active in the Honors Program. The Miller family business, the Swiss Pantry, has donated time, space, and food to the Honors Program at Motlow on multiple occasions. All proceeds from the luncheon, which will consist of spaghetti, garlic bread, and drinks, and homemade desserts, will be donated to the Leland Miller family.
And we have a warning for our lady beer drinker viewers. A study in the publication Archives of Dermatology has linked non-light beer to an increased risk of developing psoriasis in women. The study included more than 82,500 women whose health was tracked for 14 years. Those who drank at least 5 non-light beers a week were nearly twice as likely to develop psoriasis compared with non-drinkers. In contrast, light beer, wine, and liquor didn't increase their risk. Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up next.
It's your trademark. That's something special everyone knows and remembers. It's your thing. It's made holidays special for decades and summers unforgettable for the entire neighborhood. It's made everyone laugh every single time. Don't let illness or injury keep you from doing your thing. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Trucks, trucks, and more trucks. Keith Barnett here with the Russell Barnett Automotive family, and we have your next truck. From the Ford F-Series, the Ram, Chevrolet, or the GMC, then look no further than the Russell Barnett family. With over 350 new and pre-owned trucks to choose from, now is the time to buy. Stop by one of our 5 locations. That's Russell Barnett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Chevrolet GMC, Ford of Winchester, and Russell Barnett Ford and Kia of Tullahoma, or visit us on the web at russellbarnett.com. Why buy anywhere else?
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1955 at 96 degrees. The record low was in 1983 at 36 degrees. That's chilly for this time of the year. Average high on this day is 82 and the average low is 57. Mostly clear weather in the forecast for tonight with a low of around 68. Mostly sunny weather expected on Friday with a high of 89 and a low of 68. And mostly sunny weather in the forecast again for Saturday with a high of 89 and a low of 70. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
And from all of us on Newsleader 6 wishes you and your families to enjoy this beautiful fall weather. Thank you.